Mention Afghanistan these days, and most people will conjure up the images of war and turmoil so often presented by the media. Look past the news, however, and you'll find a poverty-stricken people, utterly dependent on foreign aid providers. There is no quick fix for the problems created by years of conflict. Operation Mercy and CADA, the Central Asian Development Agency, have been working with refugees in Afghanistan since October 2001. But the needs that were already great have now escalated beyond their worst imagining as a result of severe drought. According to the latest United Nations estimate, 7.5 million Afghans are facing starvation. 5.5 million people in Afghanistan are dependent on outside assistance. Hundreds of thousands are suffering. Many subsist on the limited food shipments of the United Nations World Food Programme, which contain mainly flour. As well as experiencing food shortage, many Afghans are without shelter. Operation Mercy workers were shocked by the harsh conditions they found when they visited a camp for internally displaced people. Many did not even have a tent. Families had dug holes in the ground, over which they'd placed plastic sheets, in a vain attempt to find shelter from the rigours of the Afghan winter. Operation Mercy was set up as an international relief organisation to bring hope to the needy peoples of the world, and together with World Concern, Food for the Hungry, Northwest medical teams and other agencies, they have provided food, clothing and health aid to the Afghans during this ongoing emergency. And Operation Mercy will continue to provide relief. But it has also moved into the much needed area of development. As well as distributing emergency relief supplies to vulnerable families, the teams are bringing hope to a desperate situation. Not only have they given out over 5 million kilos of food, 75,000 blankets and quilts, 46,000 family bags of clothing, and 150,000 pairs of shoes, they've built or reconstructed 500 kilometres of road, 21 schools, and safe water projects have been completed in 11 villages, providing 10 water tanks. The Afghan people themselves carried out much of this work. Being a proud nation, they don't want to receive handouts and are pleased to help rebuild their country. When aid workers initially entered the district of Cha'ab, they carried out their own assessment of each of the 65 villages there. At times, staff had to trek for hours over snow-covered trails to get to these villages, which are cut off from any road. They found that most of the villages had already run out of food, or had only sufficient food for a few more weeks. In many villages, the people had sold all they could sell, and were now selling even the wooden beams from their houses in order to buy food. In one case, a widow was found who had 16 family members. She had 2 sons, both of whom were crippled, but married with children of their own. This widow and her family were surviving only because other villagers tried to give them a little of their own supplies every day. Even a 50-kilo bag of flour doesn't last long when you're feeding a family of 16. Now, 2 years on, an Operation Mercy team is based in this area, not only providing relief, but living among the people, working in the area of development. The needs and the opportunities are immense and demand a response from the Church worldwide. Pray with us as we continue to meet the many needs of this suffering country. One Operation Mercy worker summed up the feelings of all who worked there. Even though we were only distributing clothes and blankets that day, I saw something greater in our presence in that place. I saw hope.